I love hearing that song, but it's sad to me to know that Stereo Embers, as of right now, is no more touring at the moment. Hopefully, one day we'll get that again. But we are back, season 2, episode 1. New features, new places, new faces, and we're here. Trey, I have waited for this
I feel
day.
like it's season 3. Is it only season 2?
This is season 2. Season 2. This is episode 19 of the entire show we've done. We've done 19 episodes. Next week we hit
Awesome.
20. I feel like we got to do something special for 21, seeing as though we do talk about
Well, we call it Let's Talk Vinyl 20. Pearl Jam, they have Pearl Jam 20. We'll have Let's Talk Vinyl 20.
LTV 20. I feel like
LTV 20. I like it.
I think we should make stickers. I feel like stickers are in the works, but it's exciting.
Right.
We haven't had a show in about 2 months. Since that time, you've been to Italy and done a million things. I am not in Virginia anymore. I'm in Kansas City. We are in a temporary studio until the one next door to us is officially built, which hopefully will be this summer. But we are able to talk and communicate, and that's half the battle.
Made it work. It's for somehow your Wi-Fi is still better than mine, Anthony. I don't know how you do it, man.
Well, the funny thing was when I was living in Virginia, I had like 1 terabyte internet. I moved to Kansas City, you get Google Fiber, and I'm flying high. I can do 4K videos if I want to.
You gotta come and install that out here at my house.
Or, Kansas City's they need wine help. They need the help, especially after talking to a wine shop today and being told that the wine out in Missouri isn't very good, which I'm going to test them on that.
No, it's just different, Anthony. It's the same. It's even like Virginia. I mean, there's some good wines in Virginia, and there's some not good wines. But there's not good wines everywhere. So,
well, I think today really marks something new too that we're doing in the show. For 19 episodes, we've gone through and dug into some of your friends' wineries. You sent me bottles of wine from, or I've gone out and got them. You sent me wine from Sleight of Hand Cellars, and we've been able to drink that today. After the 19th episode, I've actually went out on my own into a wine shop, and I said,
like
and
a
I
big
looked.
boy. Anthony's a big boy.
I am. Call me Big Boy Anthony. And investigated, what's going on and in the world of wine, and decided to purchase a bottle of wine myself without help from you for the first time. And
you didn't call me or text me or anything.
No, this was new. This was definitely new. And
Did you ask all the right questions? Did you feel intimidated when you were asking questions at all? Do you feel okay?
No, I felt okay. The questions I asked what vintage it was, and what blends, and where it came from, what they knew about the winery. I wanted to support something small. I asked for nothing big label. I try to find something that has less than 500 in a case, so like a smaller production base, just to the fact that like I felt like I was supporting someone that's not as on large scale on something. And I was given a couple options. I bought 2 bottles. I went with this one right here, which we'll talk about in a little bit. I haven't took a sip or anything, but
awesome.
Yeah. And then in the grand scheme of things, it is an interesting day today. Well, not only is it season 2 of not just our show and Touring Fan Live, today is the first show for Pearl Jam that's not a festival since 2018. It's the first indoor show since 2017. Like, if you think about it, like this is the first. We're going back a long ways since Pearl Jam's played a show just for themselves in a venue. It's different, and it's weird because when I started seeing all of like how it's being done, it's just different. It's different how it works. So we're going there. So it's interesting.
Well, we know that with ticket prices. We won't talk about that.
Yeah,
we're gonna stay off of we'll stay off that subject.
All right. Well, let's get into it. Tonight we're gonna be talking about 2 songs, Nothingman and In Hiding. We're gonna be breaking down a bottle of wine from the very famous Sleight of Hand Cellars in Walla, Washington. What are we drinking tonight, Trey?
No, we're not drinking my wine tonight. We're drinking my friend Steve Wells' wine tonight. We're drinking. This is the Time and Direction I was telling you about. So this is my good friend Steve Wells. He's a a great winemaker, young winemaker who moved here from the East Coast, originally from Wisconsin. Is that right? Steve, do I have that right? Anyway, and then he was a somm in New York, and tasted some Washington wines and got the bug and moved out to Walla Walla and started working for a couple of wineries, uh, and then started his own winery. So I think his winery is 4 years old now, maybe something like that. But he makes mostly Rhone varietals, I think all Rhone varietals, and he does them really, really well. And so this wine is called Diamond Cutter right here. It's got a disco ball on the label, and yeah, Steve does a lot of graphic design stuff for me too. He's helped with some T-shirts that I've done and some stickers and things like that. So he's a super creative guy. His there's his wine club right there. He's got a pretty geeky wine club. He's got the Just the Tip wine club, and then he's got one called Just for Nerds as well. So anyway, he's a good dude, and we're drinking his Diamond Cutter Syrah tonight. Syrah from Washington. We've featured a couple of my wines on here already, and so not much to say about the grape because we've talked about it quite a bit. But Steve is a low intervention, no new oak kind of a guy, so these wines really translate through. He's working with vineyards from an area called the Royal Slope, and the Royal Slope is a much cooler site than where we are, and very, very late ripening times. You know, if we're picking in September, they're picking in October, that kind of thing. And but delicious wines, definitely seek them out. You can buy them online. Time and Direction Wines, highly recommended. Not just because he's a personal friend of mine, but the wines are super solid. So I've got, what vintage do I have here? Let's take a look here. 17 vintage Diamond Cutter. Yeah, it's super tasty.
Based off his website, Trey, it looks like he has two wines for sale. It looks like he has a
He
2018 Old School
makes
Syrah.
5 wines, but what he only has available right now, it looks
Yeah.
like, is that the one on the left with all those numbers, that is some sort of gaming code, and Steve's gonna kill me for not remembering what it is. But he's like all my nerdy friends who were gamers back in the late 90s, early 2000s that know exactly what this code is for. And so I don't know if it's Mario Brothers or what it is, but anyway, that's what that is. And then that is his Old School Syrah, which is he's been making that from the his first vintage on Columbia Valley, and really, really delicious. It's got I think that has fruit from Heritage in Walla Walla as well. So, but good stuff.
Well, awesome. So if you're interested in this wine, you can go to timeanddirectionwines.com. That's timeanddirectionwines.com, and give them a listen. They have 2 wines you can purchase on the website right now, and you know as well as I do. If Trey is recommending it, you know it's good.
There we go. And by the way, we're not getting paid for these ads, but the way you said it, Anthony, I'm going to tell Steve he owes us $50.
I just said stuff. Listen, I've learned how expensive really wine is today because I've been spoiled for the last 18 episodes with someone sending me good wine. So, yeah, and I'll talk
I
about that
mean,
later with this.
that's the other thing. When he took you into the back cellar to get an older vintage of that, you know what he's doing, man. He just sees a guy who's a little timid. He's like, I'm gonna get this guy. I'm taking him back in the back room. He's gonna buy it anyway. But that's gonna be a great bottle. I can't wait to talk about that one a little later.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm really excited about it. I'm actually going to be ordering a bottle of this wine myself. If you order a bottle of this wine, let me know. We're going to start doing this as we start talking about these wineries that we're drinking from over the next couple episodes and going into the future. If you buy a bottle of wine from them, send me a message. We have some new merchandise that's coming out over the next couple of days. One of them that's going to be supporting a community member that just passed away and some other things. So keep an eye out on Touring Fan for some information about that. But if you buy a bottle of wine, shoot me a message. I'm going to send you some free stuff for supporting these wineries and for supporting us. So remember to send me a private message on that. I'll get you a t-shirt, hat, sticker. You never know. So cool stuff coming. Anyway,
Awesome.
let's get into Pearl
Great.
Jam. Tonight's the night.
Let's do it.
First show of the tour. And I wasn't going to jump into this right away, but I'm so effing excited about this. I'm a poster guy. I'm a poster nut.
Yeah.
I fucking love.
Yeah.
Listen, I took an earlier flight to LA on Friday to make sure as soon as I get off the plane, my ass is going to the venue to make sure I'm in line to take out my credit card. I do it every time, and I say, one of everything, please. Every show. One of everything.
You
please.
do not.
I swear on everything. I do it every fucking. It drives my wife nuts. One of everything.
You're
please.
talking about posters or one of everything, like T-shirts, everything?
Oh, everything. T-shirts, posters, socks, license plates, stickers, pins. Fuck you. Whatever they have that I can either wear or utilize. Now I won't.
Laptop cover.
Fuck. I own them. I own the Eddie Vedder laptop covers. I own the laptop bag. I own everything. The only thing I don't own, and if anyone is watching or listening that would love to be able to and help me with the purchase, a Pearl Jam 20 backpack. It has been the death of me, and I can't find one. But anyway, yeah, one of everything. I do it every show.
I was about to reach down and pull mine up, and it's in the laundry room. I'm sorry, buddy.
No, it's all right. Don't show
Listen,
it to me.
don't you think how easy it for them to go back to Patagonia and do another round of those? So easy, right?
Sure, 100%. Well, they did. So you got to remember, 4 years after the Pearl Jam 20 backpack came out, they released the weatherproof backpack and laptop satchel, which I own. And those were the black and green backpack, and then the satchel that was silver. That. Yeah. So they did those. They didn't sell well. And I think the reason it didn't sell well was because that material, while it's environmentally friendly and it works really well, it just didn't sell to people that want to use them all the time, because it's not a comfortable bag because it sweats. And if you're wearing it around, it can it leaves marks. So unfortunately, it's not the greatest bag in the world. I like it, but some people don't. Regardless.
Okay.
So yeah, but no, I will legitimately. I swear on everything. I will get 2 posters on Friday because I'm getting one for someone else, and I will get one of everything. Because in the past I did one tour in 2013 where I didn't buy 2 shirts. And I've regretted it ever since, and it took me forever to get them. But for now on, I buy one of everything. So yeah, I will be waiting in line.
This shirt, though. Do you have this shirt, Anthony?
What shirt are you wearing? Let me see.
Drop in the park.
I have a bootleg version of that shirt. I do not have original.
I don't even want to know where it came from. I already know.
But tonight's the night. First show. I do want to show everybody something pretty awesome. So the poster for the show came out today. Friend of the show and friend of everybody's, Ward Sutton's poster dropped today. First poster of the tour. And it is, let me explain something to you. I am a huge Batman nerd. I love Batman. So this was awesome. And it sets the bar high, in my opinion. Now, I am a little peculiar, so I rank posters on a scale of 1 to 10, right? 10 being perfect. So 10 is there's never going to be anything better than that. 1 being dog shit. To me, this poster is easily an 8.762, right out the damn gate. Perfect. 8.762, right out the gate. I think it's cool. I like it. I love the fact I love to know what's on the back of the poster. We don't have any information on that quite yet, but it's cool. It's got a little Batman on it. It's kind of cruising down the shoreline. And
he's got a radar detector.
He's got a radar detector. That's right. In California, you better have that, otherwise your ass is getting pulled over. But
hey, I got a fun fact for you if you're a Batman nerd.
Go ahead.
You know that Adam West is from Walla Walla, right?
Interesting.
When he died a couple of years ago, they shined the Batman logo up on our tallest building in Walla Walla for a couple nights in a row. The Mark Cuban Hotel.
Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know that. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, I've love Batman.
Ooh, now, I dropped you. That's weird.
Why are you dropping me? I didn't do anything.
I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, that's fun fact. There we go.
That's a cool fact that ties in with everything with Walla Walla, Winery, Batman, Adam West. It's all meant to be on this episode.
It was meant to be.
Now, we all know that in 2020, the tour that was supposed to happen didn't happen, and Pearl Jam sold the posters from that tour. So, if we look at this image right here, we can see the posters that were released that day, that during that tour that were sold. Now, LA1, LA2, and Oakland 2, we never saw what the poster was. We don't know who the artist was at those times, so those are surprises. Now, Ward Sutton did do the San Diego for that 2020 lineup, and he did do it tonight, which then tells us there's a good chance that the artists that did the posters in 2020 on the certain dates are potentially going to redo those posters for these dates. But Fresno was not on the original 2020 list. Las Vegas was not on the original 2020 list, and we have no idea who did LA1 and LA2. We have Phoenix, so we have an idea potentially who does it. So there's a lot of mystery on this first leg, which brings us to the enticing wake up, wait for the image to drop on social media so we can either love it or hate it for Pearl Jam as we go into this crazy season, otherwise known as touring.
So, first show tonight in a long time. What are they gonna open with? I mean, are they gonna open with Release? Or is that too obvious?
I think it's too obvious. Wow. Release makes a lot of sense. Dance to Clairvoyance is another good one. I called that for See Here Now Festival just because I do believe it's a good opener. Honestly, to me, if I was making the set list and I think this would be interesting to me, I would love to see a pendulum into Dance to Clairvoyance. I think those two songs work really well together. But it's not going to happen. Realistically, tonight, I think they open up. I think that they're excited to be on the road. I think they're excited that they're in California. San Diego has some deep roots with Eddie Vedder and his history. Avocado just celebrated 16 years yesterday from coming out. So, with all of that information that I'm randomly throwing out, I'm just throwing. Yeah,
He's like, I don't know, man. They're gonna open with Even Flow.
They're just gonna open up with the Rats. Now, corduroy. I don't know. It's gonna be weird. I just open up with something different.
You think it'll be a high energy song rather than a slow burner to open tonight?
I think so. I think it makes the most sense.
Yeah.
I think that plays off them. Listen, Ohana, See Here Now Festival, Encore. Well, those were shows Pearl Jam was playing. It's a festival. It's different, right? Now, Ohana and Encore are different because those are Eddie Vedder, built festivals, and the people going there are Pearl Jam fans. See Here Now Festival is a mixture of different people. I don't know, man. It's gonna. I'm excited to see what the set list is gonna bring. I really am. I'm curious to see what we're going to get.
When do you leave for LA?
I leave for LA at 6 in the morning. I land at 8:23. I land
tomorrow.
No, Friday.
Friday. Okay.
Yeah. I fly into LA Friday, and I leave Saturday evening at 6, so I can get to my son's last soccer game in Virginia on Sunday.
Wow. What a big move for. I mean, when's school over? He's going to finish school there before he moves to Kansas City, right?
Correct. Yeah. So I've been in Kansas City since last Monday. Yep. We moved out here a month ago, me and my wife, for a couple days. That's why we couldn't do Let's Talk Vinyl in March. April just didn't work out with our schedules. We moved out here. You were in Italy, which, hey, power to you, brother. We did so we moved, me and my wife drove all of our stuff cross country with my father-in-law, moved everything in, went back to Virginia. I came out here on Monday. I'll be out here for 2 weeks, kind of settling in. And I said, I'll go back to Virginia, live with my in-laws again for another 2 weeks. And then we'll move out here May 27th as a family. And
awesome.
But I'll tell you something though. It's weird being 2 weeks without your family and I'm in a big house and it's full of shit, but it feels empty, just not having my wife and kids. Really
I wouldn't like that at all.
No, I don't
I
like
hate
it.
being gone for a day.
No, it's fucking miserable.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So that's the big step. But going back to Pearl Jam, the tour,
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting. This is going to be a fun week of what are they going to play, how they're going to play it. Diving into, are they going to play Rivercross? They didn't play that at all in Ohana Encore or
In
Secret Now
Ohana.
Festival.
Yeah.
So are they going to pull it out? Is that something they're not going to play? Who the hell knows? It's going to be interesting, but I'm excited. But one song I know they have played, and they've played it quite a few times, is a song called Nothingman. Have you heard it before?
Think I've heard that song.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
a little
I've heard that
it's
song.
a
I love that song so much.
talking about family and what family means and stuff. Nothingman, as you're a father, I'm a father. That really, when you listen to that song, sometimes it really hits home of like what mortality and relationships and like
Yeah.
being a dad is. What is that when you hear that song? What does it mean to you?
Yeah. I mean, there's some the element of like forgiveness in there. It's just you know, family relationships. Everyone knows Eddie's personal story with his, father and all that stuff. And so I feel like, that's certainly where that was born. But you can, just like most of their songs, you can take that song and relate it to you personally, with, relationships that you may have had with a family member or a loved one or something that, you know, you have regrets about and stuff like that. So, um, but it's just a beautiful song. I love the bass line. I love Jeff's work in that. I think it's, just super understated and, yeah, raw and emotional. And I think it's a beautiful song.
And it was it was a big song for Big Fish, the movie when that came out. Like it really defined
Yeah.
that movie, and I love that movie, but it's tough to watch, especially as I became a father. Just seeing that
Yeah.
relationship break down from the son and the father as they grow up. But man, that song does hit home. And it's a song sometimes I listen to, and it reminds me of things like people of the past that related to me growing to the person I am today, or me being the person I am today to my son. It's a very powerful song, and yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's crazy to hear it live because there's songs that you hear live that Pearl Jam does that embraces a feeling, whether it's positive, negative, indifference. And this is one of those songs that when
Yeah.
you hear it live, I get chills because it
Yeah.
brings me to every time I hear it, I'm like, I wish my kid was with me.
And the chorus is so beautiful too. Like just the way he sings Nothing Man and stuff. It's just awesome. Awesome.
I couldn't agree with you more. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to Nothing Man. This is from Hartford, Connecticut in May 25th of 2010. And here we go.
There's nothing left to subtract. Some words were spoken, they can't be taken back. Walks on his own with thoughts he can't help thinking. The future's above. Past he's slow and sinking, caught a bolt of lightning, curse the day he let it go. Nothing she was believing
Song doesn't get old. Does not get old.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad in a way, you know? It's a
Yeah,
sad song.
but sometimes sad things are beautiful in its own sense too. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely one of those songs that are sad and makes you think. I think that
Yeah. Still beautiful.
I think if a song didn't make you feel anything, then I don't believe it's a good song. Like if you don't feel anything, whether it's hate, anger, or love and happiness,
Yeah.
that's what it's like the art behind it, like to bring out those
Yeah.
feelings.
It had to evoke emotion.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about Pearl Jam's catalog, Nothing Man's, I think, is always going to be in the top of the catalog as something that people talk about because everyone's going to have an emotion set to that song, right? Like, there's always going to be something set where, if you talk about Bush Leaguer, for instance, like, I don't think people are emotionally attached to that song. Like, that's a very fucking forgettable song.
No, but everyone can relate to Nothing Man because they've, I'm sure they've at some point have been in the shoes of either the protagonist or the antagonist in that song, right? So, yeah,
100%.
but it's beautiful.
Let's look at some facts on this, shall we? Let's go over to livefootsteps.org. And here we go. The song is only, I'm shocked by this. It's only been played 137 times.
I mean, that's not a lot considering it's, almost 20 years worth of, no, I'm sorry, 30 years.
Yeah, it first played on March 20th of 1994, and it was last played during the festival dates. And we'll get to that in a minute. But I also found this even more interesting. The song played before it the most is Pendulum, Leatherman at 8 and 7. Pendulum and Leatherman. I would have never, if you were to put a gun to my head and tell me
isn't there the Leatherman, Better Man, Nothing Man trilogy?
Correct, you are correct.
Right?
Yeah. So I mean that's why Better
How many
Man
times have they done that?
Oh, now that's something that you will have to ask Brad. I don't know if he's watching or not.
I mean, there's a.
Well, yeah. Well, I'll tell you right now.
Well, we can figure it out. We can figure it out right there.
Leatherman's been played 7 times.
Leatherman's opened 7 times.
And Better Man's opened. Hold on. And Better Man's opened 6 times.
All right. Let's go down the song after.
Better Man 12 times. Leatherman 9 times.
So maybe it goes. Better Man, Nothing Man, Leatherman.
Yeah. So if I did this if I did this right, I'm assuming, based off these numbers, it's been done at least 7.
The most it could have been done is 7 times.
No, 13 times because Leatherman and Better Man have been played before it, and the song being played after it was Better Man. It's at least at a minimum 13 times.
You're assuming they're mixing up the order.
Correct. I'm assuming. But do you know what they say about assumptions? That you can make an ass out of you and me. But then also, Man of the Hour.
See, another beautiful song, right? Those two back to back. Jesus, that's just depressing.
I would need to go to a fucking psychiatrist. Man of the Hour to Nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
Wish list into it. Unthought known. Given a fly. Given a fly into Nothing Men be interesting. Based off these numbers, it's mostly played commonly between 11 and 15, right there in that point, about 40 times.
Okay.
So it's definitely a main set kind of, playing. It's not really played much in the later days. Encore, it's only been played 28 times and 1 time in Encore 2. Most time, 108 times been played in the actual main Encore.
Yeah.
And last time it was played was in Dana Point on October 1st.
Oh, I saw that then.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And the only time it opened up, 2016 at Telluride, Colorado, Town Park.
Wow. Holy cow.
What was played after that? Pendulum. Oh, interesting. Nothing Man in a Pendulum in a Thin Air. Sleeping by Myself. That's an interesting set of 4.
Off he goes. Just Breathe. Angel. That had to be that's a full-on. I mean, Jesus, Just Breathe and Angel. That must have been like an acoustic set or something. But they've never done Pendulum acoustic.
No, Pendulum's never been done acoustic. Wow.
That's a crazy set list. Look at that thing.
Interesting.
Ooh, comfortably numb to close. Good one.
See, and look at this. Look at all the fun facts you can find at livefootsteps.org. Who, that's where we get all of our information from. Most accurate information, livefootsteps.org. Check them out. See, I'm working this plug thing, right? Like I'm getting better at this.
You're getting really good at it, man. I tell you what, it's unbelievable. You're like what's the podcast with no, not Howard Stern, but the it'll come to me. Anyway, you're getting really good at it.
I'm trying my best. At some point, I'm gonna be like, hey, buddy, you want me to put you on the show, get you sponsored, throw me some money.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's how we live. So now let's talk about some other wine. So let's talk about the story about what happened to me today. As I'm trying to pull, I thought I had this all up. Let me go here real quick. So today was the first time that I went out and ventured on my own. I've been taught a lot by Trey. He has educated me over a year and a half, more than a year and a half, 18 episodes, so 18 months, year and a half of what wine is, what's good, what not to buy, as I've already learned and attempted in my first episode of buying this random-ass bottle of wine with all this crazy shit. But no.
What did it have in it, Anthony? Go ahead and tell everybody who didn't see the first show.
Oh God! Oh, it's so embarrassing.
It was what was it aged in? It was aged in bourbon barrels, wasn't it?
Bourbon barrel. I don't know, pumpkin spice. Some bullshit. It was gross. It was absolutely.
I knew right then. I go, wow, this is going to be a project. But look at my big boy. I walked into a wine shop, talked to a wine professional, walked out with a few bottles of wine.
A few bottles, yeah. I even have a renovated kitchen. I have this wine rack, and I have wine displayed in our kitchen, and we've already maxed it out. But anyway, I walked into this store, Red Barn Cellars in Lee Summit, Missouri, where I live, and I walked in, and this guy. Now listen, this is what I wear. Like I wear a band shirt and pants. So like I walk in, this guy's probably like, who the fuck's this character? And I said, hey, I'm here to introduce myself. And I said, hey, I do this podcast with this really awesome guy. His name's Trey. He owns this winery out in Walla, Washington. I always shout you out. Like I feel like you're like the celebrity that I know. So I'm like, yeah, it's guy's fucking amazing. His name's Trey Bush. Makes best wine you'll ever drink. And he's like, and he goes, oh, what wine? Sleight of hand cellars. Oh, we've had that here before. So then now he's starting to be like, all right, well, maybe this guy knows something. So I say, listen, we're doing an episode tonight on Syrah. I need a good bottle of Syrah. And I said, before he even brought me to the case, like they have all these walls of wine. I said, I want something that is of a smaller production, has a better vintage to it. I'm looking for something that's made of a less than 500 bottle production. So it's not, I want to support local and support small.
Cases, 500 cases.
Correct. And
yes.
He was like, I think he was shocked I was asking him. He's like, all right, well, he goes over and he shows me a couple of different bottles, and then we went from 20 bottles down to 5 based off of what he was recommending me, because there were some Syrahs that had fermentation on the bottom of the bottle that I guess like from where the grapes were that weren't filtered through, and that was kind of weird to me, and I was like, I'm not interested in that. And then we narrowed it down. So the 2 reasons I went with this bottle. It's from California. It's called Chronic. I'm going to pull this up on the screen. It's called Chronic Cellars. They got some amazing labels that really popped out to me. I love the art as someone who's really big into art. The story is they're a smaller production based winery. They don't overproduce a lot of their stuff. They've been around for a bit. The wine that I am drinking is called Sweet Pete. We can go over to wines here. I'm going to show you that. We'll scroll on down to Sweet Pete, which is right here. The 2020, which was tried to sold to me today, it's pretty affordable at $14.99. But Anthony, being educated by Trey, I said, well, hold on a second. I said 2020. I said I'd like something a little more vintage. I like something for my palate. And then he goes,
with some age on this.
Some age on it. So he goes to
Anthony. If I would have armed you in advance, I would have said. The 2020 vintage in California had a lot of smoke issues, and you're like, you could have thrown that out. You're like, oh, the 2020s, those are loaded with smoke taints. Do you have anything from 2016?
So he brings it to the back of the store. So I felt like I was at like one of those like like old video rental places, and you went to like the back where the dirty films were. Like I felt like that's where I was going. I was going to the dirty films, and he's got like these wall, and then he goes, "Well, I have this Sweet Peat, and it's a different label than the one that is on that you're looking at that we looked at a little while ago. It's got like a pink label, but it's a 2016 vintage, and it's a Petite Syrah, which I didn't know was different." And I'll let Trey explain the difference because I'll totally butcher that. But I'm going to drink it. And I'll give you my opinion. I will tell you that he did tell me there is some fermentation to this. So there's like pieces of the berry a little bit in there, and I can actually see.
It's sediment,
Thank you.
right?
Not
So that
fermentation. I
sediment
apologize.
so basically, yeah. So fermentation is what turns it into alcohol, but the sediment in there is, a lot of smaller wineries don't filter their wines, and even through the aging process, most of the sediment falls to the bottom of the barrel. But when you rack the wine out of the barrel into a tank, you're bound to pick up a little bit of that sediment at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not filtering your wines, some of that may show up in the bottle. But don't be scared of it. It's not going to kill you. You can decant the wine and leave the sediment in the bottom of the bottle when you do that. So, but how's it taste?
Unfortunately, so I really like this a lot more than I thought I was going to like it, because the last time we did a Syrah, the Syrah that we had, it wasn't yours. It was another one. The taste was a little sharp for my liking. This one's kind of, it's definitely sweeter. It has that lining, like it gives you that lining on the inside of your cheeks, which is really nice. That little, and you feel it on your tongue. I definitely, 100%. No, it's really good. It's got a nice sharp taste to it. I like that. It's got a sharp taste. Like I feel, tell me if I'm wrong, like this would be good with like a steak.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Am I right
Petite
with that?
Syrahs they can be pretty big and burly wines. That's why you want to have some age on them. So Petite Syrah is not Syrah. It has Petite Syrah has two parent grapes, Syrah, and a grape called, I'm going to try not to slaughter it, but it's called Pellerzin, Peloursin. It's a indigenous grape in France. And those two grapes together created Petite Syrah. And it's mostly grown in the southern Rhone Valley, where Grenache is most well known. But Petite Syrah is one of the 13 varietals you can have in Châteauneuf-du-Pape. I believe it's 13. Anyway,
okay.
But in California, they grow it on its own. They do very well with it. There's some great examples of it. Very age-worthy. They'll last for, if they're made by good producers and good vintages, they'll last for 30 years. I'm assuming, based on the price point of that wine, that wasn't built to be that way. But I don't want to assume. So,
well, I will say this.
but but it tastes good to you. Remember, that's the most important thing, right?
Yeah, no, this is good. This will be something I'll buy again for sure. He's got a couple more bottles. I think he's got 2 more 2016s. I think I'm going to go tomorrow and buy both of them and make sure I have them. I took off tomorrow, and I'm probably going to drink this whole bottle of wine tonight. So, yeah, I haven't had a day off since I've been.
Right.
I have like a bunch of contractors coming to the house tomorrow, so I'm just going to sit there with my sunglasses in my chair in my front room, like, just go do it. Go do it.
Pinky out when you do that.
I did that. I actually have someone cleaning my house tomorrow for the first time. Me and my wife finally agreed on. I was like, listen, we work really hard. We don't have a lot of overhead. I'm like, I think we have someone come here like every other week and just like do the shit we don't want to do, like dust, mop. That like I want to do other things, and I'd rather work 2 extra hours that offsets the difference of paying someone $200 to come here and do it every 2 weeks.
Yeah,
done. So tomorrow.
Not to mention, you're employing somebody.
Yes, and it's a local company, not a big way. I'm very big into, hey, let me support the little people, 100%.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about it. So tomorrow I have like contractors coming in. I'm telling you, I have a show tomorrow, by the way. Can we talk about that real quick, Trey, before I get going on a tangent?
With Dan, right?
Big announcement. Yeah, so we've been working on this for a couple months. We have a couple new shows starting in the next few months. One of the first big ones is 3 Pints of Pop, which is going to be a show with Dan Mumford, the very famous poster artist. Bailey Race, another huge, big, in the moment right now, making ton of posters for a lot of big bands. And then me. And we're going to be talking about pop culture. Tomorrow we'll be breaking down the best and worst movies of 2022 so far. We're talking about Star Wars because tomorrow is May the 4th. And we're going to be talking about the shitty Matrix movie that came out at the end of last year. So, and then also pop culture in general with posters. So this is going to be a different avenue for touring fan and supporting artists and music and movies. So check it out tomorrow. And because Dan Mumford is in the great country of Europe, we are going to be performing.
Is it a country of Europe?
I know I fucked up. I totally screwed that up. But yeah, he's in Europe. Country, where the fuck it is. All right, it's not. I don't know. Whatever. I never said. Listen, I never.
What country is he in? Is he in Spain? Is he in France? Is he in Italy?
England, I think. Is England a country? Is
England a country?
I don't fucking know. Is it a province? Listen.
Yes, England is a country.
I use GPS for everything.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not.
United Kingdom,
I never.
baby.
There you go. Yeah. So we'll be doing it tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, and that's going to be a new monthly show. So definitely check that out. I'm really excited about that one. So that's 3 Pints of Pop, and then we'll be going back on the road with Hitchhiker soon. We'll discuss when we're doing another show too. We'll figure that out soon, and yeah, we'll play catch up. But yeah, pretty excited about all that. So yeah, but tomorrow. I'm going to be hungover after I drink this entire bottle of wine this evening. And
then you got to do your show with Dan. What time is your show with Dan tomorrow?
12 o'clock noon. Right in the afternoon. Because that's going to be, it's like 7
or 8. 7 or 8 his time. Yeah. Yeah. I had a 9-hour difference between Italy and here. And I'm still catching up.
Let me ask you this, and this is a serious question. You and Holly have a very amazing relationship. I think it's bright to show based off your photos. When you were there, I've heard this before, and I don't know if it's something silly, but like they say that when you take your wife to like Italy and things like that, it's like you both like fall in love again. Is it, I mean, I've heard that quite a few times. Was that like it's like you're in a different place and it's beautiful?
If you've unfortunately fallen out of love with your wife and you take her there, then you can do that. But it just, yeah, I mean, I tell her I love her more every day. So than the day before. And then you're like, well, how's that happen? But it's true. So,
well,
anyway,
I can say this. There is no hiding your love. We're not in hiding your love. Which takes us to the next one. That was a terrible cutover. I'm sorry.
That's a terrible one. But I gave you an A for effort.
I tried.
Well, let me ask you this. On that one.
This is my first assignment. I did screw up a little bit. I didn't get a true Syrah, but in retrospect,
no, you did great.
What do you think?
You picked well. You picked well. You trusted your wine professional, which is always smart to do if you don't know much about wine. Just go into a good wine shop, not a crappy liquor store. But somebody that's got some, knowledge about what they're selling. And a local wine shop's the way to go. It sounds like you were there today. What was the name of it again? Red something?
Let me pull it up real quick because I'm probably going to say it wrong. It's like Red Door. Let's see. Lee Summit
Red
Wine.
Door Wines.
Red Door something. I don't know. Sorry to find it.
I'm going to call my distributor in Missouri, by the way. And tell him to go call on them again. Make sure they get some more sleight of hand in there.
That'd be interesting because the next time I go there, he'll be like, "Hey, they're pushing to get this." Yeah, it's called Red Door Wine Store. It's in Lee Summit. There's the inside of it. You go through back here.
That
that's
where
all the good stuff is. This is where I got the wine I got today. It was right here, right in these little section.
I can see there's a bottle of The Prisoner. There's 3 bottles of Aubon Clement right there on the right. The 3 yellow diamond ones right there. That's ABC Aubon Clement. Yeah, that's good. They got a nice little selection.
Yeah, it's really cool, and it's right. I like here's the wine shop, and I literally live like somewhere over here.
Awesome. So. You're like, I have no idea where I live.
Today, quick funny story. Today I went out for dinner. Right before this, I went to a place called Jack Stack, which is a very famous barbecue place here in Kansas City. And I told my wife, I said, you know what, Heather? I said, I am not going to use GPS today. I'm going to find my way home without GPS. And she's like, are you sure about this? Like, that was like, she was very nervous. Like, are you sure about it? I'm like, I got this. And I did, but like I second guessed myself every fucking turn I made. Like, I'm like, am I going to screw this up? Because I mean, so I live in a suburb east of Kansas City, and I work all over the Missouri and Kansas side of Kansas City. But man, it's huge, and there's a lot of roads, and there's a lot of things, and it's been a long time since I lived in Boston. No, there ain't no straight.
Yeah,
like
nothing straight.
No. So no, but I made it home. I was safe. I made it home. I texted my wife. You should be proud of me. I made it home, and she could have cared less. So it's all good. I'm back.
Awesome. Well, let's talk about In Hiding.
In Hiding. This is an interesting song. I know people that love this song. I know people that hate this song. It is, a song that it's different. What is your thoughts on In Hiding?
I can see why people would feel that way. I've always felt it was a little clunky musically, and especially live. It just doesn't flow super smooth, and so I don't know if that's a matter of, Matt's drumming or, the rhythm good, whether Stone's rhythm good. I think Stone plays rhythm on that, right? So I don't know. But I enjoy the song. I mean, it's not a top 10 song for me, but I do like it. I do love the chorus, as a lot of Pearl Jam songs do, that has this sort of soaring, it elevates you, right? Eddie does a great job of elevating the crowd with the way he sings a lot of his songs and does the chorus. And this song definitely has that as well. So, yeah.
I agree with you. It is. I mean, it's not a song that it kind of fits with Nothingman. It's not a very heavily played song. I mean, it did come out after. It came out 4 years later after Nothingman. But I have for us one of from the first tour. It was played in 1998. This is from Inglewood. This is In Hiding. Here we go.
I shut and locked the front door. No way
Is it me, or do I feel like this is played faster nowadays than it was played in 1998?
You think it's played faster now than it was back then?
I think so. I
I
feel
could
it's
say
more
that about
upbeat.
probably a few songs, I think. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
You
it
know, it's
fits in
like
that.
the one thing about that song that is, like there's not really a guitar solo in that song, right? You know what I mean? There's the little bit of that, but it's not really a guitar solo, not a Mike McCready shredder, right? So, but lyrically, that song is awesome. It it's another sort of, I feel like it's another manifestation of Eddie, uh, what Eddie's life was probably like at that time. You know what I mean? Having to like avoid everything and um, you know, kind of escape in his basement maybe, or
I can see that. It's Matt.
right?
Matt on our YouTube feed is saying that he had heard that it was based off of. He thought it was about Mike McCready, a song written about Mike McCready. We'll have our staff work behind the scenes and get the answers for everyone. We're gonna do a 2020 news feed on this. But no, it is. You know, it's interesting too because you remember this is a Jack Irons song. So Jack Irons was the recording drummer for
Right.
this song. So I do think having Matt Cameron come on, it does speed it up a little bit. I have to listen to a more recent version of it because I do think, like, I was listening to it, I'm like, wow, this is a
That looked like
slow.
Matt. That looked like Matt behind the kit there, though. Was that Jack?
Oh, I don't know. Let's hold on. Let's see. Let's just hold on a second. Let's
It
go like
looked like
this.
that looked like Matt drumming. It didn't look like Jack drumming to me, but I could be wrong. I mean,
Hold on a
it was
second.
from far away, but
Let's just look at
that's the wrong song.
damn wrong song. Look at me
Just
failing at
just
life.
watch the hair flip. All right.
All right.
You know how Matt like flips his hair back.
Yeah. Oh, he's got that shit that's Matt fucking Cameron. You can tell, like, he does that. He does
Yeah.
the shoulder thing, the head.
Yeah.
He's got the body language on it. All right, but Jack Irons recorded the song. We know that much.
Yeah. So do you remember last year when I had Alan Johannes play our tasting room in Seattle? So Alan is the guitar player in 11, which is Jack Irons' band. So Jack and Alan's wife at the time, Natasha. So that's my Pearl Jam connection with Jack Irons and Alan Johannes.
Huh. So that's your connection.
Dude, he's one of the greatest guitar players living today. And I do not say that with any bit of like hyperbole. Alan Johannes is one of the greatest guitar players living today. Do you know who came to that show to go watch him play guitar? Kim
Can I
Thayil was
guess?
there.
Why didn't you?
You're too late.
I wanted to guess.
Were you going to guess Kim Thayil was there?
I was going to say Justin Hampton and Kim Thayil. I saw the picture you posted today.
But come on, I mean, you have Kim Thayil coming to a tiny little tasting room in Soto to watch one of his guitar heroes. He's legit. We're trying to get him back. I wanted to have him back this year, but he's not doing much this year. So it was his birthday yesterday.
Yeah, I saw you posted about that.
Yep.
I want to propose a question for you. You said that he's the greatest guitarist ever. What makes him the greatest guitarist?
I said he is one of the greatest living guitar players today.
Okay. And what makes him that?
What makes him that? I mean,
I'm just saying that's a very
emotion and talent. Listen,
okay.
I sat there for an hour and 45 minutes, 5 feet from the guy, watching him play 6 different string instruments during the evening. I mean, like, not just guitar, but like some crazy, 15 string Moroccan, string instrument, right? And playing this thing with like, it was just insane.
Mm.
So he's just, and he's a great songwriter. Guys in the Queens of the Stone Age. Go back and listen to those 11 albums. Amazing.
Yeah, I see. I wasn't doubting what you're saying. It's we
Yeah.
always throw out the words like greatest of all time or the best and stuff, and it was
Yeah.
just interesting. And I always love to know why people put those labels on certain things, because that's a big title to give somebody, and
Yeah.
it makes me interested to learn more about that person. So for someone who's never heard of them, like I'm not very familiar with them, but now you've got me intrigued, and I want to go
Yeah.
back and learn more about them.
You definitely should. And he's a super nice dude on top of everything else. So,
well, that's always a selling point. Assholes don't get very far.
That's always good. Yeah, there's plenty of assholes out there. You don't need those at all. So,
yeah. No,
all right, let's talk about the stats on that. Let's talk about the stats on In Hiding, because I'm assuming that song has been played quite a bit or not quite a bit.
What I have it up, so I don't want to guess, because then I'd be lying to you. How many times do you think the song's been played?
I think the song has been played 86 times.
Close. 92.
That's pretty close.
Never been an opener, never been a closer. First time played was
92.
January 31st, 1998. Last time played was in 2018, August 10th. Most songs played 2018, August 10th.
18. Oh, that was the home show.
Seattle.
I was at that show.
Mm-hmm. Songs
you
played
were too,
the most
right?
before. I was in Boston.
Boston, that's right.
Songs played before: Given a Fly 10 times, Do the Evolution 6 times. That's interesting. Do the Evolution to In Hiding. That's okay. Even Flow, Nothing As It Seems. Nothing As It Seems into In Hiding almost seems like a match made in heaven, in my own opinion. And now let's look at some songs that played after it. Even Flow with 22 times. That's a pretty large percentage of times being played. I mean, if you look at this pie chart right here, I mean, that's Even Flow right there. So I mean, up here it's pretty spread apart, but up here, down here, Even Flow. Jeremy 8 times,
Flow.
Lucan 3. So it definitely played in the main set the most at 89 times, and only 3 times being played in as Encore 1. Mostly positioned right between that sweet spot of song 6 through 10 at 55 times. And it was played at a lot of shows.
I think I've seen that live a few times. So Safeco, Fenway, Madison Square Garden 16.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
If I go too fast, let me know. I'm just gonna keep rolling.
No, you're good. You can keep on going. Oh, they played it at Moline, of course. God damn it. God, they played a lot in Europe.
It is. I'm seeing that as well. It's a very popular song in Europe.
The 09, that was the 09 Philly shows. I missed those, unfortunately. I went to the United Center show though, August 23rd.
That was a good set list too. Hartford, Camden,
Gorge.
Chicago. Yeah. Overseas.
I tell you, let's talk about what Pearl Jam should be doing. Pearl Jam should play the Gorge again, like 4 nights over a week, right? Every other day. Camp for a week.
I want to ask you a question. Let me actually.
Tony Bounds just texted me Moline, because I know he was there.
Let me ask you this question, and I'm serious about this, I really think this. We already know the dates going through the end of this year, right? We know that we're going to have Leg 1, West Coast. We're going to do Europe, and then the second leg is going to be played in the fall. With no other announcements, nothing else official, nothing of any other shows being played, and I can't imagine they're going to announce anything else. I think this is what we're getting this year. The band.
You don't think we're getting a Seattle show this year?
No.
I think we're getting a Seattle show in November, December.
I'd be willing to bet you money that they don't play in Seattle this year. How about this?
Is that because
Well,
you know that they're playing in 2023 in Seattle?
no, I know nothing, but I'd be willing to bet you. How about this? I will bet you
That
two
should be the
bottles.
theme of your show. I know nothing. You say
I
that
know
so
nothing.
much.
I know nothing. I know nothing. I know nothing. I know nothing. This
All
is
right,
my
let's
favorite.
say what now? Let's say what?
If Pearl Jam doesn't play Seattle by December 31st, then I get to pick 2 bottles of wine. You send them to me. If in a very like it's got to be affordable. Like I'm not asking you for a $50 bottle of wine, an affordable bottle of wine. If they do play Seattle by December 31st, so December 31st midnight, right?
Yep.
This year,
You fly up to my house and install high-speed internet.
I can't do magic, but I will fly to Seattle and I will whatever, or
And
I'll
then
buy you 2 bottles of wine.
Then drive 4 hours to Walla Walla.
I will definitely do that, 100%.
All right, there we go.
As long as I can take my wife.
Of course,
Okay,
we have a guest room right here. Here's your guest bed.
Nice.
It's also my office, so I'll be knocking on your bedroom door at 7:30 every morning so I can get on my laptop.
Okay, Brad says Trey picks a poster off the wall. Oh my God. If someone I would be sick to my stomach if I had to give up something like that, like a poster off my wall.
Oh wow! Do I get to pick it?
That's what he said. He's like, Trey picks a poster off the wall.
Oh, Brad, that's a good one. I like that one.
I couldn't do it. I would be sick to my stomach for months waiting because I know you wouldn't tell me right away, and you would pick something that would like break. I mean, it would kill me.
I want the one right behind you, the Empire Records.
I have 2 of
like,
them.
No, man. Huh?
I got 2. Do you like Empire Records?
I got 2. Of course, he has 2.
Of course. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh God, it gives me sick to my stomach. I was nervous the whole time we were moving here. I wasn't nervous at anything else. TVs, replaceable.
Didn't matter.
Fucking furniture,
but
replaceable.
All of your frames, all your frame posters.
All my frame posters. Holy shit. I mean, I was like freaking out. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Hold on. Okay. Just to give you an idea. Hold on. Where is it? Here we go. Hold on. I took to Kansas City 211 frame posters. Every single one was wrapped, bubble wrapped, saran wrapped, with labels on them. They're numbered where they're going, which room they're in, and I still haven't opened all of them throughout the place. I had an insurance policy on every single poster. I was nervous as shit about, like, I really could have cared less about anything else that was happening. TV broke, jewelry stolen. I literally, when they were unpacking.
Children taken out of the front seat, doesn't matter. How are my posters?
That's my posters, right? Freaking the hell out. My flat file, I actually told the movers, don't touch it. Don't touch the flat file. Don't touch the drawers on the flat file. Don't fucking open it. I did it myself. Like, they did everything. I did that. Because, like, I don't know, like, this is like what I love. People collect guns and beer and wine and whatever. This is where I spend my money. Like, this is it. Like this frame up on this Raleigh poster, the canceled poster show, the amount of money I have invested in the museum glass, this custom frame and the matting and everything, make you sick to your stomach. But then there's some people that go out and buy a $3,000 gun. I don't know. Fuck them. I mean, that's what they like. That's what they like. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I'm with you, buddy. As I mentioned earlier, I said that's one of the reasons I started my own winery, is so I have a place to hang my Pearl Jam posters.
Which
you certainly ran out.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's not that we necessarily ran out of room in the house, but we like to have other art up in the house as well, right? And then I've got all my photographs, and then all about Charles Peterson and Danny Clinch and Lance Mercer photos on that one wall in the entryway. All my my big black and white wall in there, and so. But having the winery has been a great place to be able to hang everything. It's just awesome. And now we have 2 tasting rooms, so I have 2 tasting rooms to hang them out.
Yeah, well, I have I'm not going to tell you what they are because I've been holding on to for a little bit. But I have 2 posters for you, potentially 3 now, about this Empire Records. If you really do want an Empire Records poster, I paid a lot of money to have this commissioned because there's no real good Empire Record poster out there, and I have an extra one, and I'd be willing to give it to you if you want it. But I would give it to nobody else. Okay. But I do have 2 posters for you when I come see you, but I want to give it to you in person. But no, I don't know. There's just something.
You know what? You can bring them. You can bring them to Seattle when Pearl Jam plays up here before the end of the year.
It's not happening. I'm telling you, it's not happening. And this brings me back to the original point of this conversation that we totally went off track because I can't keep a straight thought. The band is playing these shows this year. It's not a large tour in retrospect. It's not a big one. Their merch line shows that the merchandise that's coming out for the first leg is the exact same merch throughout the entire tour. It's not a big lineup of merch. It's a smaller set of merchandise than the last 5 tours. Like, this is the smallest amount of T-shirts, the smallest amount of stickers, the smallest amount of everything.
How do you know?
Oh, fuck, dude. I know everything when it comes to that stuff. Merchandise, I already know what it's going to cost me on Friday when I swipe my credit card and ask them for one of everything. Like, when it comes to merchandise, I know it all. So what I'm saying is the lineup is smaller. They're not putting as much emphasis on merchandise this tour. They're not putting as much emphasis on a lot of extra dates this tour. Do you see them, as they continue to get bigger as a band, maybe say, hey, we were real successful in 2018 doing the home shows, playing bigger venues. People traveled to us. We didn't have to play as many dates. We probably broke even on money as just as much as they're making now. Do you think they'll play less venues, but larger venues in retrospect, kind of like Red Hot Chili Peppers are?
Yeah, I don't see them doing a 80-date tour anytime soon. I don't think any of them are interested in that in any way, shape, or form. So I think that they'll space them out. They have the luxury to play when they want to play, where they want to play. I'm disappointed they took so long to announce this tour. Mostly because, we all have lives to live and other plans to make. And, I would be down in LA with you this weekend, or, I'd be at that show tonight if I didn't have, I've got a trip to Memphis and Nashville on Sunday, right? So there's LA shows, Oakland, all that stuff next week. I can't do it. And then the only show I could do, I already told you, was Vegas. And Vegas is outrageous. So crazy this week. The weekend they're playing on the 20th, that airfare for Holly and I was going to cost us close to $2,000. And that's before a hotel. And as much as I love this band, it's like I can go to Europe. I just went to Europe for 2 weeks, less than that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I got crazy. LA, I got really lucky on. I was on the fence about doing it, but my flight from here to LA was really affordable, and my flight from LA, I had to take this weird hub flight to get to Virginia in time, but it really was affordable, and the hotel was really affordable. But I had looked at other shows as well because I was going to try to fit in San Diego. San Diego was way too expensive. Hotels were outrageous.
Yep.
But it's, me and my wife had a conversation today that I think that people watching the show can relate to. A lot of people do, like we were talking about guns or Comic-Cons, or they do all these different things. I don't really do a lot when it comes to that stuff. I don't really have a big social life when it comes outside of Pearl Jam. Everything I know is like pop culture and Pearl Jam. Like beyond that, like as we learned in the beginning of the show, I don't even know where the fuck Dan Mumford lives. I thought he lived in the country of Europe, whatever it was. Yeah. I'm able to see Brad and Sam. I'm going to be able to see my friend Jennifer. I'm going to be able to see my buddy Dale. I'm going to be able to see these people that I don't get a chance to see very often. And since the pandemic, I haven't really seen many, but it gives us the opportunity to see people. And this is like my time to see people. This is where I spend my money. So where I jokingly say one of everything, the reason I think I buy one of everything is not just to have it, but it also brings me back to the memories of those shows of when I saw my friends, and I can remember times with those friends and doing certain things with them, and it just kind of brings me happiness. Where it's kind of one of those things. It's like psychiatry, I suppose.
One of the best things that ever, one of the best things Pearl Jam's ever done has created a really awesome fan community. And, we've all made lifelong friends because of this band. And I know there's plenty of other bands that have done that for their fans as well. But this just happens to be ours. And I'm grateful for it for sure. The band's changed my life in every way imaginable. And I don't say that lightly at all. So you and I would not be talking were it not for Pearl Jam. So
Yeah, I mean I would say I talk to you pretty regularly, right? We have a conversation. I text you. We text each other. We always check up on each other. We always have that. There is two people that I hear from, if not within 48 hours, constantly. But I would say 24 hours, actually. There's two people that I hear from at least within 24 hours that don't live nowhere near me in different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And it's all because of Pearl Jam. And they're like lifelong friends. So I think that's, and I'm not, and this is not a unique case for me. I mean, a lot of people have that. A lot of people have these friends and these relationships that are built around, Pearl Jam that are it's special, and it's cool, and I dig it. So a quick funny story, not funny, it just shows you how cool this whole thing is. So I ran a half a marathon about a month ago, and when I was running over the finish line, I was getting close to the finish line, and first of all, I was like fucking miserable because I thought Missouri was flat, and I've learned that it is not fucking flat at all, and it was the worst experience. I have pictures of every fucking mile mark. The first 3 miles, I'm like, got this. This is great. I don't know why. 4 miles, I'm like, all right, this is fine. 5 miles, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? 6 miles, I'm making life decisions like, should I fake an ankle sprain so I can get picked up by a cart and go back to the beginning? 7 miles, I'm like, oh, fuck this. 8 miles, I'm like, all right, we're getting closer to 10 miles. 9 miles, we're closer to 10 miles. Oh, shit, I got 3 more miles to go. 11 miles, I'm going fucking uphill straight. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? 12 miles, I got a mile left. 13 miles, about dead to the world. But when I got to the 12-mile marker, Given a Fly started playing. And something I want to talk about tonight.
You wear earbuds?
I wore, so I don't wear earbuds. I wear Ray-Ban glasses that have jawbone technology that go behind the ear so that when you're running, I can still hear things around me, but it's playing vibration so I can still hear music as well. But also, I don't like to run into the sun. It hurts my eyes. So like it's these new Ray-Ban sunglasses that I got that do it. It's really cool. If you run, I'd recommend getting them.
There we go.
But
so you're coming to the finish line. Given the Fly comes on.
Given the Fly plays on, and it got emotional. Now, one thing I want to talk about tonight, I'm probably going to talk about over a few shows, and it kind of talks about what the community means. Touring Fan Lives, we're going to be celebrating our 2-year anniversary next month in June from the concept to creation of Touring Fan Live. And Touring Fan Live is based off community and what community means and giving back to the art and why we love it. Art, music fuel us, and that's what Touring Fan is based upon. One of the original first people that were watching even this show was a couple that really were big supporters. Was Art and Stephanie Weinberner. And, Art had been battling cancer for a long time. And unfortunately, just over a little month ago, he passed away. And, I became really close with him. He was a big supporter of us. He loved Trey. He loved his wine, drank a lot of Sleight of Hand Winery Cellars wine, and was a constant person that would come watch a show and comment on it. And always had comments afterwards. Whether the show was good or bad, he always had a comment. And it was cool because right before his passing, Justin Hampton did a commission for Art and did this beautiful Given a Fly print, and it was like this whole mixture of things. And I had my whole playlist on shuffle, so fucking 30,000 songs, and it just shows the power of I don't know, and I know it's just random, but the fact that song came on and was the song I ran over the finish line to. And the whirlwind of what the community means, and Pearl Jam, and and Art had passed and recently. It was kind of what this community means, right? It was a really cool moment and a surreal one for me. And it was cool. It was a really big moment. But I mean, I just, Stephanie, I know, is going through a lot right now, and I'm thinking about her.
Yeah.
I speak to her often, and Art was a real awesome person. And I mean, cancer sucks, and we're
Yeah.
thinking about them. And we're going to be doing something for Art and Stephanie soon, and that'll be
And a
coming out.
daughter.
And
Yeah.
daughter, yeah, Anne Marie.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so check it out soon. We're going to be having something pretty cool coming out about why I love Touring Fan, and why we're going to be giving back to the community. So keep an eye out for that. But I just want to give a big shout out to them, because they're amazing people, and I know, I hadn't talked to you about this, Trey, but the last time that I had talked to Art was after one of these shows. Stephanie, and if you've ever talked to Steph before, she's got a trucker mouth. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And they were talking about, they said, "Oh, we didn't get to watch the whole show. We're so sorry, but I love the wine." And they were drinking it, and they were talking, and I know that you have talked to them in the past, and you've had interactions, but they spoke so highly of you, and it shows you this really cool. It just shows how cool this fucking community is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I was devastated to hear about that. You just said it. Cancer sucks for sure. So, but you know what? I mean, again, without Pearl Jam, we never would have known them. You know what I mean?
100%.
So grateful for the band for that as well. So, and I'm grateful that you got to cross the finish line, and you made it.
Fuck.
And look at
miserable.
you. Jesus, you got to be like down 80 pounds since like 6 months ago. It's crazy.
75 pounds I've lost since September. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Good
I've
job,
actually,
buddy.
I appreciate it. I think, not to get a little emotional, I think we're getting emotional towards this end of the show, and I haven't even drank that much, but, as you get older, you want to be there for your kids and stuff, and I just realized, man, I was fucking huge. I mean, all my clothes are falling off me now, which I like, but I mean, it just sucks. You don't want to be unhealthy and then have it where, something happens to you, the next thing you know, you miss out on things, So,
Right.
I'm excited talking about family and all this shit. I'm taking my daughter to her first Pearl Jam show this upcoming year. So,
Which one?
I'm taking her to Denver.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're going to be
When is
doing
that? That's in September?
That's in September.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm doing LA
Middle
Night
of harvest
1.
for me, no worries.
Oh, God damn. Are you doing? Yeah, well, I'm sorry.
Jesus. That's terrible.
Yeah,
I told Tim, and I'm like, you need to talk to me before you schedule these tours, man. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Do a better job. Do a fucking better job. Yeah, give Tim. No, yeah. So I'm doing St. Louis. No, I'm sorry. I'm doing Kentucky, St. Louis, OKC, and Denver in the fall, and then
Okay.
I'm doing just LA Night 1. But I will
For this
finish out. Yeah, I'll finish out. Yeah, I'll finish out the year at 50 shows. So.
Well, I would love to get back to Europe, and I was secretly hoping that they would have announced, last year that they'd be playing Europe the same time I was there in Italy, but we can do it.
You can't do nothing about it. Can't do nothing about it.
I will tell you, being in some, when they played Torino, you look at the stadiums they played when they were over there. You watch Imagine and Cornice video, and you see those coliseums they played in, and then just to be able to walk into some of those coliseums over there, and you're like, this thing's 2,000 years old. It's just insane. So
yeah,
they got some old shit in Europe.
It is.
Ask Dan. He knows.
I'll ask Dan tomorrow. England's a small place, so I'm assuming he's been everywhere. I'll make sure that we talk about that tomorrow, in between the Matrix and everything else.
I hope he's been the new Matrix.
Oh, it's fucking horrible.
It's terrible.
It's the biggest. I'm a huge Matrix fan. It's the biggest dog shit in the world. But I did see a movie last night that was absolutely amazing. It was probably.
Did you see the new Nick Cage movie?
I have not seen that. Have you?
See, I want to see that movie. I'm not lying. I want to see that movie. It looks really good.
Yeah, so I was going to go see that last night, but there's this movie out called Everything Everywhere All at Once. And it's about, I don't know even how to fucking explain it.
Who's in it?
It's about this, Nobody you would know, except do you
Okay.
remember the kid from Goonies that had like all the contraptions attached to his chest and was like the Asian kid that was doing everything?
Okay. Yeah.
He's in the movie.
Okay.
And Jamie Lee Curtis is in it as well.
Well, I know
But
Jamie Lee Curtis.
but she's not a big role in it. But anyway, the movie is like it's about how a person has multiple lives in different multiverses and how it talks about like morality and like there's a really good like heartfelt meaning to the movie. Like it's a crazy movie and then the end wraps up and there's a meaning behind it and you're like it makes you think and it makes you appreciate life. I don't know how to, it's not what I was expecting. I thought it was gonna be an action movie and I walked out like it was a really good movie, but it's called Everywhere. It's Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's a crazy movie. It's phenomenal. I would highly recommend it. Recommend it to anybody.
I haven't been in a movie theater in 5 years, so
I fucking love. I love movies. I love going to a movie theater. So who the hell knows? But now, the next episode is our 20th episode.
20th
LTV
episode.
20.
Let's look for some dates here real quick.
LTV 20.
So now we're looking at May. Are we looking at May already?
We're in May.
So we're looking at June.
Well, here's the thing. We have skipped. So May is because we could do the 31st, and that would be 1, 2. That's 5 weeks out, and it almost makes up for missing some episodes in the past.
It's 4 weeks out from today. It's a month out
1, 2,
from
3.
today.
Yeah, 4 weeks. Yeah, sure. So if you want, if you have
I'd be
time,
down for that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
So this begs the question to everyone watching across all the multiple platforms, which I'm going between all the comments. What songs should we play during the 31st of May? Now, I'm going to have to go through our list and see what songs we've played and haven't played because, I don't want to have we've done really well of not doing doubles. And I want to make sure we don't do that again. So I'll wait till some comments are brought in, and then we'll go through those and we'll dig into that. So we could dive in. We could dive into the new album. We could pick a song off the new album, and then maybe something off of. Well, Avocado just turned 16.
Avocado. We haven't talked. We have hardly any songs off Avocado album.
All right, let's. You know what? Let's dig that. Let's see what we got here. Hold on.
Let's see what we got.
Tony Bound says Lucan.
Tony Bound has said Lucan every episode if we've done this. How have we not done it yet?
How about this? Lucan can be added in because the song's like less than a minute long. Okay, Lucan.
Yeah, but it also provided. Lucan provided one of Pearl Jam's greatest on-stage moments in Spokane, Washington, in 2013, when Eddie shaved a guy's head.
That wasn't
Lucan.
Lucan.
Wearing dreadlocks.
That was not Lucan. That was Brain of Jay.
Wasn't it? Oh, Brain of Jay. Never mind. You're right. Thank you. Another barn burner.
I say Brad says Marker in the Sand. I say Marker in the Sand. Lucan is.
What if I can get Matt Lucan on the show?
All right, so Lucan and then Marker in the Sand. That is a really interesting double dose of. I feel like we have to have a really crazy wine for that. Let's get one of those chocolate barreled.
I'm gonna punch you so hard when I see you, Anthony. Don't even talk about that. Flavored wine bullshit. Don't even do it.
Brad said we lost some great songs for that
Let's
haircut.
do this. Let's do some Barolo.
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
I just got back from Barolo in Italy. So
you're
gonna walk into your fancy wine shop and you're gonna say, "I'd like a nice bottle of Barolo that's not gonna cost me an arm and a leg."
All right, so
you're writing this note down, aren't you?
I am, but I'm also looking up because Brad said, look, he wants us to talk real quick about the 2013 Spokane set list because he said songs that were scratched off it. Hold on.
I have that set list, by the way, framed
Do you really?
with my.
You
I do. I got a sign. Mike McCready signed the set list and gave it to me, and I got it framed with my Spokane poster and a Mike McCready pick. Brad and Sam were we literally right next to each other for that show, right in front of Mike.
Oh, I think, isn't there a picture of that too?
I'm sure.
I
I
I
had the
can't.
best pictures of Mike McCready that night. It was an awesome show.
I'm trying to
Zach
see this.
Newman was there. The Rob was there. Oh, that was a great night. That was a great day. We started off at like 7 in the morning, camping out in 15-degree weather or something in Spokane.
Oh, shit.
Right. Yeah. A dedication. I took my friend Jeff to his very first Pearl Jam show. That was his very first show, and he got to see that. It was awesome.
I'm trying to find a remove songs. Remove songs. Because I can't, on the set list that's crossed out, you can't see what it is.
My poster is at my Spokane poster is in Soto, or else I just go look at it for you.
Wow. That's not going to help.
That's not gonna help at all. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I might actually have a picture of it though. Hold on.
They played After Hours, a Velvet Underground song? Holy shit. I did not know that. Now you got me interested in this damn show. I just remember that guy getting his haircut and people being really pissed off because they removed songs that were important. Brad, just let me know. What songs were they? Brad says that you guys were both in Mike's Polaroid book from that show. Did you know that?
We were what?
You guys were in Mike's Polaroid book from that show.
What?
That's what it says.
No way.
We're in Mike Polaroid book from that show. I don't know. I mean, that sounds
I
Canadian.
gotta check that out. I mean, I have a signed copy of Mike's Polaroid book, and I've never seen that. I gotta find that.
God darn it! Why can't I find this? In hiding. Hold on. I can barely read this. This is gonna drive me nuts now because I'm really curious what songs were cut off the damn this thing because you can see that they were. It looks like they removed a total of 3, potentially 4, 5 songs from that. Man, one looks like I think it says
I remember
Leash Alone. Chloe, maybe.
What I remember was that during the Brain of Jay thing, it lasted a long time. Like it was an extra 5 minutes of him shaving this dude's head. Oh, here we go. All right. I got it. I got it.
Go ahead. So, do you want to know what songs like were?
Well, listen. Pull the set list up.
All right.
The actual set list they played.
Okay. All right. After Nothing As It Seems, what's the song that's what's crossed out?
Gone.
Jesus Christ. All right. So then after Severed Hand.
And then Footsteps.
Yep. And then Severed Hand, and then Give Me No Lip as a tag. But what's after Severed Hand?
Leash into Alive.
Holy fuck. Yeah, that was crossed off. All right. And then in the encore, the first encore song is
Chloe and Crown.
And then right after that?
Love Reign Over Me.
Oh, yeah, dude. That guy's haircut cost you some big songs.
God damn it.
And
then Given to Fly, Eruption, Ain't Talking About Love, Alive, and Led Better.
Wow, this is a great set list.
That was a great night.
Let the Records play after Push Me, Pull Me. After Hours. I can't believe I didn't even know they ever played After Hours.
I don't know. There you go.
I got some friggin' I have some fucking homework to do. Holy Christmas tree. Fuck as Ryan Blackwell says, fuck that hair. It's been posted in the chat. Fuck that hair.
What did he say?
Man. Fuck that haircut.
I just sent you the photo from the set list there that night.
Hold on. Let me see if I can pull that up.
I'm trying to find. I'm telling you, man, I had some of the best pictures of McCready that night from that show. And Brad knows, man. We could scare McCready from our seats for sure.
Picture is the photos up. Look at this technology in this in the new studio. How quickly I can pull this shit up now.
How'd you do that so fast? It's crazy.
All this new technology. Who's that girl behind you? Do you even know her, or she just ruined your picture?
No. Oh, that's Zach and his wife. See Zach Newman's beard?
Oh, I see the beard. Yes, I see the beard. Okay.
Right there. Yep. That's Zach Newman and his wife.
I haven't seen Zach in years.
Dude, check out the guy over my left shoulder with the old school Pearl Jam shirt.
That's not the original. That's a bootleg.
What's that?
That's not the original one. That's the bootleg.
Is that a bootleg?
100%. Yeah, the original one had a thicker collar around the top. It was an original Gildan shirt, like that style, like a thicker collar. That's a thinner collar one. That's a bootleg, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Anthony, you're killing me, buddy.
Listen.
Look at this thing. Hey, look at this thing. This thing is so ratty.
Yeah.
This is OG. OG, baby.
I got OG bootleg is what I got.
September 92.
Oh my God. Oh, hey, Joe Hartgrove has a question for you. I made a rookie vino mistake. I purchased your home show / Vitology Foundation 2-bottle set, and for the first year or so I had them stored vertically at room temperature. My question, have I ruined them? They have been horizontal and at 60 degrees, but is the damage done?
No, it's fine. I mean, as long as the cork isn't like pushing out of the foil, right? Like I keep my wines in my basement, but I don't have a temperature control in my basement. So it fluctuates between 64 and 69 degrees down there, right? A true proper cellar, 58 degrees, right? AC unit, all that shit. But that's if you have, an Anthony level number of bottles of wine that equal how many posters he has, right? Like then you want to get an AC unit, okay? But no, this wine should be fine. It should be fine.
Yeah.
I would drink them sooner than later, but yeah. Or don't drink them and save them and then sell them on eBay for $500 like other people are doing, which is ridiculous, but whatever. It is
Life's short. Life's short. Drink your wine is what I say. Frame posters, drink wine. Dude, I think I just came up with a Let's Talk Vinyl t-shirt. Frame posters, drink wine. Or listen to records and drink wine. I don't know. Fuck.
Yeah. You gotta do better than that. Come on.
I know.
All right.
We'll
work on it.
We're going. Well, listen. It's been a while. I'm glad we're getting to talk, and I know I'm chewing your ear off a little bit longer. I know Holly's waiting for you.
No, Holly's at burlesque practice tonight, so she's in Tri-Cities. Yeah, I've got my kids running around the pool outside, which we just opened up the other day. So it's not open. Heated? I mean, it's open, but they're not swimming yet. It's still 60 degrees outside. So,
is your pool heated?
No.
Oh, I don't know. I would assume that your pool's heated.
No, I mean, if it was heated, you keep the thing open. But yeah, electric bill for that, ridiculous. No way.
Like my assumption of who you are I would think you have a heated pool. You're driving a Maserati. You got a Tesla for your backup car. You got like you pull into your garage. You get like those lights that like hit the floor so you don't trip or like walk on a crack. Mm-hmm. Like everything's like nice and smooth.
I don't know how you got that picture of me, just judging by what you've seen for the past 18 months. Right? I got barely redone hardwood floors. Okay. I drive a 8-year-old Mercedes. Okay. So.
Well, it's all right. I've been driving I've literally been driving my work van as my regular car for the last since I've been in Kansas City, which has gotten me really good parking, by the way. Quick funny story before we end the show. I went to the.
You have a handicap sticker in it?
No.
That'll get you good parking.
No, this got me better parking. I went to the Sporting Kansas City game, the soccer game, this past week, and I drove my work van. So I pull up to the front to go to the parking, and the guy taps me and he goes, "Are you here for the game?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, okay. We've been waiting for you. Just go park over here." I was like right on the side entrance, right in front of the place with my work van. First of all, it was
They,
like
they thought you were working the game. They thought they were working the match.
It's right. It's kind of like the old saying: you have a fucking ladder, you can get into anywhere you want to. It's the damn truth. I have a ladder for work. I don't ever question me, whatever I'm doing. So I prime parking location. I walked out that gate after the game, went right into my van, and I was right back on the highway. I didn't have to worry about damn traffic at all. It was beautiful.
Who won the game?
It was a draw, 2-2.
It was a draw. Well, they got some scoring going on at least.
Yeah.
How are the Seattle Sounders doing this year? They doing good? You keep up with that stuff?
I do not.
Right.
Don't know. But I will tell you this though. My son played his first international tournament a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
He had 16 teams from around the world, made it to the championship against Colombia. Had a shutout. They won the championship, international friendly. Beat the whole damn thing, won it, brought home the trophy with his team from Sporting Kansas City. Yeah, oh, fuck, dude, I was the most proudest dad you could be in the whole world.
That's insane.
Yeah. This kid's going to be something big one day.
Where was the tournament?
It was in Orlando, Florida.
Okay. So you went down to Orlando.
Yep.
He played 16 games? No. How many games did he play? How many matches?
No. So he and another goalkeeper split total of 8 games.
Okay.
Because it's bracket play. So, like, their teams get eliminated and whatever. So, no, he killed it.
That's awesome.
That's right.
Can't wait. I can't wait till he's famous. I can't wait till he's famous and he can introduce me to Ronaldo.
I guarantee you he will not introduce you to Ronaldo because he does not like Ronaldo.
What?
He believes my son is a big component of body language, attitude, and like moral compass. And he has made it very clear to all of us that he believes that Ronaldo is not a positive influence on the future of soccer.
Wow. Oh, that's amazing how he can already form his opinions, right? I mean, that's awesome that has the wherewithal to, be able to look into someone and read that already, right?
Yeah.
To sort of develop his own opinion about him. So, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I
That's
won't be
pretty
meeting Ronaldo. Thanks for nothing.
Yeah. Damn it, Brady. Screwed everything up. Fuck. All right.
What happens when he's 18 and Ronaldo's still playing soccer and he gets drafted by Ronaldo's team?
Well, he can't get drafted because Sporting Kansas City owns the rights to Brady. But he could get traded.
What happens when they sell him?
They could sell him
when they sell him away. Yeah.
I don't know. Then he'll be rich and famous, and it won't care who the fuck he's playing with by that time.
Good. I hope so,
buddy.
Well,
Well, listen, this was a pleasure. It's been a long time. I'm really glad that we Touring Fan Live has made it to season 2. This has been awesome. Trey, once again, I thank you so much for doing the show with me. Episode 1, season 2. This will be on Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Google Play, everything. If you're listening to it on that, well, subscribe and like. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is the first episode ever for Touring Fan Live to be live on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, I guess the time difference from the East Coast and the Central Time fucked up everything, so it didn't go live and at the right time, so it only went live for some of it. I don't know. We'll get this shit straight, but the whole thing will be live for you to watch later on. Once again, if you missed the beginning, if you purchase a bottle from either of the wineries we talked about tonight, Trey, yours was from the
Time and Direction.
Time and Direction. Or if you bought a bottle of Chronic Cellars and you sent Chronic Cellars and you send me a private message, show me you bought a bottle of their wine. We have new merchandise coming out this week. I will send you some of that merchandise for free as a thank you for supporting not only Let's Talk Vinyl and the Touring Fan Live, but also these wineries. So thank you so much for tuning in. I have come up with a tagline to close shows. I've worked hard. It has taken me a whole year and a half, almost 2 years to figure it out. Touring Fan Live is about community, and I think this matters in a time where live is so fragile. So, this is how I'm going to end every show. You ready for this, Trey?
I'm ready, buddy.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. You matter. I matter. We matter. Until next time, thanks for tuning in. And now I hit music, but I wasn't completely ready.